want to say like, don't allow being spiritual to put you in a cage. Because something I noticed down here in this motherfucking earth, y'all ass love to be in hell. Y'all ass love to put yourselves in little cages. Y'all ass love to put limits on y'allselves. It's like, don't allow being spiritual to put you in a cage. And what I mean by that is, if you following somebody who telling you, you got to do this in order to be spiritual. You got to do this in order to be more spiritual. You got to be like this in order to be more spiritual. Or you can't say this or you're not spiritual. Run, that's a demon. If he teaching you, you got to be like this in order to be more spiritual, or you got to be this in order to be more spiritual, run, that's a demon right there. Tell you. Y'all ridiculous down, bro. Y'all ridiculous. I see a lot of them too. I see a lot of y'all too. I'm telling you. Delete them videos. I'm telling you, bro. We coming for y'all ass. I don't even like to do all that, but hey, look. But what I'm trying to say in this video is, don't allow being spiritual to put you in a cage. You got some people who be like, oh, he said what? I thought he was spiritual. Oh, he did what? I thought he was spiritual. Man, get y'all weak, man. Get on, bro. Like, don't come around me with all that. Don't come around me with all that. I ain't saying nobody came to me like that. But I'm just saying, like, y'all stay over there. Y'all love to put yourselves in hell. Hell and heaven is the same place. It's a state of being. So you can be sitting next to somebody. You can be in heaven and they can be in hell. You can be in heaven and they can be in a hellistic state of being. They can be going through the worst time in their life. And you can be loving life. Look, what people don't know is you can smile through every situation. You can be happy. You got to be really strong down here because you can get washed up real easy. So you got the ability to be happy throughout every circumstance or situation. Like if you psych your mind up that you satisfied and that you happy and that you got what you need, the universe ain't gonna have no choice but to give you what you deserve. But that wasn't even what the video was about. The video was about, don't allow being spiritual to put you in the cage, because you got some people like, oh, he did what? I thought he was spiritual. Oh, he said what? I thought he was spiritual. And this when we can get into the talk of, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And what I mean by that is, say if you drink alcohol, you got to do what's best for you. You got to always do what's best for you. And you got to find out what's best for you. So say if you drink alcohol all the time, you know if you do it too much, it becomes the addiction. And that word don't even sound good, so you don't want to be addicted to nothing. We all know that addiction is bad. You can drink alcohol. You just got to find out what's best for you. And what I mean by what's best for you is you got to find out what amount you can consume for it to not hurt you. You see what I'm saying? And that's with everything. But I'm going to use alcohol for example. But look, you can drink bleach. But if you drink too much of it, that's when it starts to harm you. So you got to find out what's best for you. You got to find out what's best for you. Like you can get a little cap of bleach and sip it real quick. That ain't gonna hurt. But if you get like a whole cup and you drink the whole cup, that's like you overindulging. So you gotta do everything in moderation. So you gotta find out your limits. You gotta find out what's best for you. That's why I say, do what's best for you. You got to find out what's best for you. So if you consuming something or if you're doing something, you got to find out what amount is best for you. Like I don't mean to get like this, but man, y'all grown that. Man, most of y'all grown as hell, man. Fuck it. So say if you watching porn. So like if you overindulge into porn too much, that's when you become the porn addict. I ain't saying it's good to nothing. I ain't saying it's good to nothing, man. I'm just using these for example, man. You gotta be wise enough to decipher what's good for you and what's not good for you. I ain't telling you nothing good for you. I ain't telling you nothing bad for you. I'm just saying you gotta know your limits. You gotta do what's best for you. So say if you watching porn, if you overindulge into porn, that's when you become the porn addict. So say if you want to do crack, I ain't encouraging nobody to do crack. I don't need look. Hey, look, see, I don't encourage nobody to do crack, but I'm using it for example. Say if you want to do crack, you got to find out what amount of crack is best for you. If you start to feel like it's affecting my life in a negative way, that means you overindulging. So it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So if you overindulge into crack too much, you become the crack addict. You got to do things in moderation. And what I mean by moderation is find out what's best for you. Find out the right amount that's best for you. So with that being said, don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't eat. Or don't let nobody tell you what you can't drink. You got to come up to that. Like, you got to come to the conclusion that, oh, this is what I can't drink, or this is what I can't eat, or this is what I can't do. Y'all, you know, you get it. Do you get it? So, if you want to eat you a little bit of oink oink, a little bit of moo moo, don't let nobody tell you can't do that, man. Do not let nobody tell you you can't do that, man, because y'all love placing yourselves in cages. I see like y'all love placing yourselves in cages. Like y'all love putting limitations on yourself. And that's like a form of hell. Like you can do anything you want to. You can be anything you want to. You can say what the fuck you want to. Man, what I'm trying to explain in this video is don't allow anybody to put you in a cage. If somebody teaching that you got to be this way in order to be spiritual, or you got to be this certain type of skin color to be spiritual, it's a demon. For real. Like I said, you got to do what's best for you. You got to know. Okay, so look, say when you're doing something and it don't feel right when you're doing it. That's your answer right there. You got to do what's best for your body. Every body is different. Everybody is different. So you got to do what's best for you. What's best for that person might not be what's best for you. Moderation is key. Because if you overindulge into alcohol too much, you become the alcoholic. If you overindulge into crack too much, you become the crackhead. If you overindulge into porn too much, you become the porn addict. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying none of these cool to do. I'm just saying don't place yourself in no cage. Bro, the only thing that is demonic and stupid is if you doing it too much and you harming yourself and you know that you harming yourself. That's stupid. That's demonic. Like, that's what you shouldn't be doing. That's the only thing that I'll tell you not to do, is not to do it as to where it will hurt you. I'm saying it's too much, but I ain't encouraging nobody to do nothing. I ain't saying it's cool to do nothing. What's dumb and demonic to me is if you doing it too much and you know it's negatively affecting you. Like, if what you doing have a negative impact on your life, then I'll recommend you to stop doing it. Common sense. And just like sex too. If you overindulge into that too much, you become a sex addict. Then you have like 16 kids. You having like 16 kids. Like, don't overindulge into anything. Addiction is not good. That word don't even sound good. So make sure you don't place yourself in no cages. I try to make this video short, but this video ain't short. Don't place yourself in the cage, and moderation is key. Don't do it too much. Don't become that crack addict. Don't become that alcoholic. Don't become that pothead.